Marco Bonaquisto, Rich by 30, week number 5. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, week number 5. And let me tell you, it was a good week. It wasn't our best week, but it was definitely good. Real quick, we had 5 total sales and we actually sold a total of 7 items. And that happened because a few of those orders were multiple items. I sold those Google Nest speakers. I actually only have 1 left, so hey, if you want that Google Nest speaker, leave me a comment down below. I'll give it to you on the low. With those 5 items, hello, I'm editing the video right now, and I realized I included the sale of 2 items that I shouldn't have included, because those 2 items that I sold, I actually sold this week, not last week. All right, that's it. Everything else is accurate, but just know that that one thing is not. We made a total profit of $105.12, which breaks down to about $15 on average per sale. Well, not per sale, per item, because we did have those 4 Google Nest speakers that we sold in 2 different orders. So yeah, a total of $15 of profit from each item. Not exactly what I'm looking to do, right? We're used to the average profit of $16.66 and above, and that's what we're always looking to make. But even with the profit per item a little bit lower than where I want it, still $105 of profit is a really good week for my store. And it's only gonna get better. And then in total, I sourced 10 new items and I got a total of 14 items listed, which means I listed an average of 2 items per day, which is still very far away from the 10 items per day that I wanna be listing. But before we get into that, let's go over some other cool wins. Cool wins, major milestones, whatever you want to call it. These are 2 things that happened this week that are like really big milestones for me and my store. The first thing that happened is something that I have been working towards this entire year. My store has officially made it to top seller rating. Now, top seller rating isn't like a huge deal, but it is a big deal for a store my size. So what does being a top rated seller actually do to my store? Well, it does a few things. It's gonna give my listings some more traffic. It's gonna give my store in general more views, and it's gonna put me above other sellers that are selling the same or similar items to me, simply because of the fact I'm a top rated seller and other sellers might not be. Now, to be a top rated seller, it's not super difficult, but it does take some dedication. You need to achieve 2 things with your store. In a 365-day period, you need to 1, sell $1,000 worth of product, and 2, sell 100 items. And I've sold well over $1,000 of product this year, and I have sold 120 plus items on my store this year, which in the long run, this is a big thing for my store, but it's just one little stepping stone, because what we did this entire year, we're about to start doing every single week, mark my words. And the other achievement, accomplishment, whatever you want to call it, that happened this week was that I set a new record for my 90-day sale total. We officially hit $3,080 in a 90-day period when it comes to our store sales, which is a huge accomplishment for my store, especially with the size that it's at. And now here are the final numbers at the end of the week for all the nerds out there who care about stuff like that, just like me. My total time spent on this store has reached 129 hours, which still is just a drop in the bucket, y'all. My current profit per hour is sitting at $19.27. This is about 50 cents less than last week, which is not very good, but it is okay. The third and final number for all the nerds out there like me, the total profit from this business has reached $2,486.08. Can't forget that 8 cents, because every penny counts in this business. So with all this being said, what are my major takeaways from this week? Takeaway number 1, I need to source more, y'all. I need more stuff to sell on my store that matches the quality and expectation that I've already set, which is no flaws and damages, preferably, and above a 42% sell-through rate on eBay. And honestly, some weeks are just better than others. Yesterday, I went sourcing for 4 hours and I only came up with 5 items, y'all. That is bookie. We need to do better than that. And we will, of course, don't worry. We will. It's time to start doing more. It's time to start looking into potentially sourcing multiple days a week. I need to find new Goodwills. I need to find new thrift stores and get out there more. I might even need to drive further. Currently, the furthest I drive is 20 minutes away to my favorite Goodwill. And then outside of that, I just have one more Goodwill that is literally like 5 minutes down the road from me, which is like actually kind of a gold mine usually. But this week, when I went yesterday, it was all bookie. which is just kind of what happens sometimes. So doing that, and then also looking for estate sales, rummage sales, garage sales. We are very quickly approaching the winter months here in Wisconsin, which means a lot of that stuff is gonna go away. So I need to get onto it now before it's gone. And you may have remembered last week, I talked about going into my store and updating the description and titles and even pricing of a lot of the items that I have just sitting around. Well, I did that with a couple posts before I left for my vacation, and it worked. I updated 3 different posts, and one of those items sold pretty instantly. So I'll definitely be taking more and more time as this time goes on, and I will be dedicating a few hours each week to updating some of those old posts. And eventually I'll be done updating them and it'll be fine. And then from there, if my store continues to stay bloated and sucking on the sales, I'm gonna have to get rid of some of those old items. And don't worry about that. I have a plan for that as well, which we're not gonna talk about because we're not there yet. Now listen, October ended great. It really did. I'm not saying October was a bad month. I'm not saying November is starting out as a bad month. I am just simply saying that I need to do more. I need to do better because I truly understand and know that I am capable of more and I'm capable of better than what is going on right now. And all I need is to put my foot on that gas just a little bit more, y'all. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing coming up here. So let's talk about November. My goal for November is to make $1,000 of profit from reselling. Now, luckily and unfortunately, I have one thing on my side and working against me, and that is the holiday season. So the way the holiday season is gonna work on my side is I have items ready to go that are sitting there for the holiday season. I'm gonna adjust the price a little bit. I'm gonna change the description just slightly, and that should help these items sell in the holiday season. And in general, more people are online shopping because it is the holiday season. And the thing working against me is that it's the holiday season, y'all. Things get busy. I'm gonna have family in town. And it is just in general going to make it harder to do my day-to-day operations. And in order for me to have the best day-to-day operations, there is one major project that my fiance and I need to conquer. And this is it, right here. This is my fiance and I's office space, which is going to be transformed into exclusively my office space, an exercise room, and also my photo studio, which means that this is where I will be taking my photos, I will be packaging my items for shipping, and I will also be making all of my listings from here as well. So there we have it, y'all. Another week in the books, and it was a successful one. We got a good amount of profit. We understand where we're going from here, and we have some awesome new things coming up. So make sure that if you want to follow along with this journey, you hit that subscribe button so you can see every single step I'm taking to become rich by 30.